Hi everybody, I'm Kim. Welcome to the Regretful Yarn Addict. For those that don't know, I live in the St. Louis metro area. I'm originally from Michigan, and I do not regret being a yarn addict. I just regret yarns I didn't buy enough of. And I'll show you one in a little bit. It just feels like it's been forever since I last made a video. Maybe it hasn't been, but it just feels like so long because I've been working on that. Yeah, hey. And I want to say this is going to be a little short video, just a little catch up, but man, you know how I am. I just never shut up. All right. So before we get to this, let me show you a couple other things I've made. Now, I got what I'm going to show you next is because at work, when I eat my lunch, I sit at my desk and I usually put napkins down and then I put my good old microwave dinner on top of it. And I was like, this is getting to be a pain. And sometimes that stuff will just, something will seep through the napkin. It'll drip over. Anyway, it's like I really need to make a placemat that I can just use, take home, throw in the wash, bring it back, call it good. So I was like, all right. And then I was looking at my cotton yarns, and it was like, my God, I forgot I had this yarn. I've had it for about 4 years. I bought it in a 3-pack. I'm pretty sure I got it from Hirschner's. It was probably on sale. And when I was working with it, I was like, this yarn's nice. What kind of cotton is that? Well, it's Premier Home. And I don't know if you can still get this or not. It's a number 4. It's 11 ounces, 545 yards, 85% cotton, 15% polyester, and it's Christmas colors. So I just sat down and started crocheting, and this is what I came up with. It can be like, it could be a placemat or it could be a charger. But it's big enough to put a plate on and still be pretty on the outside. Because that's the thing with, a lot of the doilies that I make. It's like, I don't want this part to be pretty. Because you're always going to set something on that. And it's going to get hidden. You want this part that's going to show. That's the part you want pretty. And all this is just V-stitches and then V-stitch picot with a single in between. So, I've made a couple of these so far. And this yarn is really nice. Premier Home. I really like it. Now, just a second. I know I showed this yarn when I bought it. It was on clearance at Michael's, and it was a limited time only, and I think I paid $5 for it, I think. But you can tell it's kind of old because look at that price. $9.99 at Michael's. But anyway, it was a Karen crystal cake in this color. Now, I think that is gorgeous. I am not a brown person. I don't gravitate towards this, but this, even in like this, is really pretty. And I had two of them. I had this one and then a full one. And I haven't really used a lot out of this one. You can't tell, but there's not really a lot missing. And this is one of those things where you take a very simple pattern, very basic. If I had made this poncho out of just regular solid color 4-weight yarn, it would have been like, it's okay. This it needs to be made with self-striping yarn or stripe it yourself. I don't think it would be very pretty in a solid color, but that's just me. Just because the design is just so basic. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I think this is called summer poncho or something like that. It's a crochet crowd pattern. It's not one of Mikey's, but you know, he did a tutorial on it. And I'll tell you, one of the things I like about it is it doesn't start on the point. It starts on the side so that the seam goes down your shoulder and you don't notice it. But look, I made this with this yarn and I absolutely love it. Look at that. That's one side. That's the other side. Isn't this just gorgeous? I mean, look at those colors and that sparkle. And yes, I still have ends. But see, this is what I mean. It starts on the side. I love it. Very easy. I think this took me a total of 4 hours, 5 hours maybe, total working time. Yeah, I did the large. I think it's 29 rows. Sleeves come to, the side comes to here on me. And what I have discovered is I do not like 4-point ponchos. I don't like a point on my arm. It just gets in the way. It's like, stop that. But this is something I'm keeping for myself. And our office gets really, really cold. I mean, look at that. It's so pretty. So pretty. Anyway, our office is really cold. It's usually cold year round. I mean, I have a sweatshirt, a hoodie I keep at work, and I usually wear it quite often. It's this color. Because it's so stupid. When it's been like 100 degrees outside, our office felt like it was 30. It wasn't. It was just that the contrast was so much that you just froze when you got back in there. And then in the wintertime, it's always cold in there because we have glass on 3 sides of our wing, and it's constantly cold. And you would think it would be like really hot too, but it isn't. So it'll be nice to have something very pretty. Very pretty. Okay, so now let's talk about what Antoinette is wearing. turn you over a little bit so you can see her a little better. Antoinette is wearing this very pretty summer cover cardi. I have a tutorial for this coming out on Saturday the 27th of August 2022. My very first tutorial, so I need to say this. It's not very professionally put together. It is definitely a first tutorial. You should be able to follow it, no problem. But I just wanted to know, and I had to do it in 2 parts because my editing program, the full thing was under an hour, but it was like every time it got to within the last 5 or 10 minutes, it would just quit. Just quit finishing. And it would close down on the whole thing. So I was like, I mean, I tried that twice. I tried to get it to finish twice. And both times, I mean, it closed down completely. I was like, this is BS. So I had to like shorten it. I put half in part 1 and then part 2 just picks right up. There's no intro into this. There's nothing. It's just strictly, I have a couple cards at the beginning. I tell you how to do this, how to measure. But it's very easy. It's very easy to figure out how big to make it. And this is such a simple stitch design. And it is out of my stitch design book. It's one of those stitch designs I would have made if I was still doing Stitching Saturdays. It's just, I wanted to show, okay, 2 things. I wanted to show what you could do with these stitch designs that I put up. And also, I wanted a lacy cover to wear on the cruise next spring. But I didn't want something that was all like nothing more than chains. So this is a nice compromise. Let me see if we can get it up and I will actually show you. See, it has shells, 1 row of shells, 1 row of chains. So it's lacy without being too lacy. And I go through everything, what I used and whatnot to make it, but I love it. I think I might make a second one out of a different yarn. Just to have a couple of them. And you know, it's a nice summer cardigan too. And I might make, this one comes down to my knees, but you can make it longer so it comes all the way down to your ankles. You can make it shorter. You can make it so it's a pullover, either by making 2 big panels, the front and the back, or you can do the big panel in the back and then the 2 front, and then just sew it up the front, leaving, you know, an opening at the top there and finish it off. It's just really, really a versatile. It's very versatile. You can put sleeves on, not put sleeves on, short sleeves. These sleeves come about to here on me. Yeah, so I hope you check it out, and if you make it, please, please, please post a picture in our Facebook group. So, I think that's about it. I don't really have too much more. Yeah. So, I just wanted to stop in, say hi, show you I'm still alive, I'm still making stuff. And I want to talk a little bit about this before the tutorial comes up. So, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. I would say I'm not boring. But do you ever notice how people who say they are something or they're not something usually are not or are? It's like people who say, I've got a great sense of humor. You usually don't know what a sense of humor is. They think they're funny, and it's like, dude, no. Or I'm a great partner, and no, you were not a great partner. Or I'm smart. If you have to tell people you're smart, maybe you're not so smart. Or I would never lie, and that's all that comes out of their mouths. So, with that, I try not to be boring, but it's just my nature. I am a very boring, stay-at-home homebody. I would rather be home just sitting doing whatever rather than out doing something exciting, because I did all that when I was younger. I had all the fun. I did all the visiting, all the hanging out. I didn't travel because I couldn't afford to. But, I spent enough time with people when I was younger. I don't need to spend time with a lot of people right now. I don't need to, but I do want to sometimes. And I'm really looking forward to that cruise. Still got time, but not much. I'm going to try to have this up, before the 27th. Hopefully Thursday the 25th. Thursday the 25th, I hope to have this up. So you still have time to get a hold of Naomi. I'm going to have everything down below like I always do. So yeah, check it out. It'll be a lot of fun. But you got to get booked real soon because that ship is filling up. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So really, God, see, this is what I mean. Blah, 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 blah. That's all I do. Blah, blah. Just babble on about a bunch of crap nobody cares about. So, y'all have a good day, a good evening, good morning, whatever it is, where you are while you're watching this. Find yourself some happiness. Be your happiness. Do not depend on other people to make you happy. That is just a recipe for disaster. You be happy. Find happiness. And I guess you don't really find it unless you happen across like a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. In which case it would be like, woo, yeah, I'm in the money. I'm in the money. So, okay. Later, Gators. Peace out.